Hari Om and welcome to all the divine Atmajyotis to today's Bhagavad Gita Satsang. Today, let us learn Shloka 14.26. I now request all of you to sit straight, close your eyes, fold your hands in Namaste. Anya ji, can you please repeat after me?
Yes, Guruji.
ण-māṁ cha
ण-māṁ cha
yo vyabhichāreṇa
yo vyabhichāreṇa
bhakti-yogena
bhakti-yogena
sevate
sevate
guṇān
guṇān
samatītyaitān
samatītyaitān
brahma-bhūyāya
brahma-bhūyāya
kalpate.
kalpate.
Thank you very much, Anya ji.
Welcome,
Hriday ji, can you read out the meaning?
Yes, Ji. Those who serve me with unalloyed devotion rise above the three modes of material nature and come to the level of the Brahman.
Brahman. Very nice. Thank you very much, Hriday ji. So Sri Krishna is saying, those who serve me with unalloyed devotion, meaning no doubt, I have no doubt, pure devotion. When you do that, you'll be able to rise above the three modes. In the last session, we learnt about the three gunas that all the things are made up of.
Guruji, do you mean the three gunas of sattva, rajas, and tamas?
Correct. Yeah. So that of the material nature. So can one can raise above that and come to the level of Brahman or be Krishna. That is what Sri Krishna is saying. So what is that Sri Krishna is teaching? What does it mean to have unalloyed devotion? So for that, today I have a secret story. Okay? And that secret story is going to be told by a secret teacher who is going to be now sharing her screen, and then she will be telling. She is a master storyteller. Okay, so let us listen to the story from the master storyteller, Manyaji. You have the access now.
Thank you, Vijayji. Let us now listen to the secret story. But before we begin with the secret story, let us chant the name of Krishna. I request all of you to join your hands and chant along with me with your mics on mute. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With that, let's begin today's secret story session. Once there was a person. He performed severe penance. He did lot of tapas. And when Brahma finally appeared, he asked for the boon of immortality. That is to live always and never face death. But Brahma said that it is the rule of life that the one who's born has to die. So you can't ask for immortality. Ask for something else. And then Hiranyakashipu, this person, he thinks he's really smart. And then he puts all of his intelligence to come up with one boon to ask Brahma, which he thinks is nothing but immortality. He says, I shall not meet death by any man or beast, neither during the day nor at night, not indoors nor outdoors, and not by any weapon. And Brahma says, Tatastu. With this, he is assured that nobody can do anything to him and he shall live all along. He shall never face death. And he has a lot of pride. And because he hates Vishnu and any other god, he thinks he himself he himself is the only person who is worthy of worship. So he passes decrees and orders all along his kingdom, saying nobody should worship any god, Shiva, Vishnu, anybody. You should only worship me. He destroys all the temples, he builds idols of his own image, and he says, you should all worship me. No other god's name should be heard, and that all of you should pray to me. But there's a twist in the story. His wife has his son in her womb, and she is a big devotee of Vishnu. Once she meets Narada when the son is still in the womb, and Narada talks about the glories of Sri Vishnu. He tells her how Vishnu is. He also talks about the truth of life, just like how we all experiment and we all explore and we all find out the different truths of life through Bhagavad Gita in our classes. The same truths are being discussed here by Narada Muni, and her son is listening to all of this in her womb. And any guesses what the name of this young child would be once he is born? Yes. Yes.
Prahlada.
Yes, Anya. Very nice. It's Prahlad. So Prahlad is now a devotee of Vishnu, a big and very sincere devotee of Vishnu. He not only is always occupied in some or the other acts of bhakti to Vishnu, he's always praying to Vishnu, but there's something really interesting that he does. When he's sent to Gurukula to study, there he also influences his peers, his classmates. He tells them about Vishnu, he tells them about different truths of life. He gives them a lot of wisdom. Seeing this, his teachers are all very shocked, because remember I told you that Hiranyakashipu did not like anyone uttering Vishnu's name. So when the teachers come to know about this, they go to Hiranyakashipu and complain about Prahlada. They tell Hiranyakashipu that your son is really very intelligent, he has great memory, he is very smart, but he seems to be a big devotee of Vishnu. But not only is he just a devotee of Vishnu, but he is also inspiring others in the Gurukula. He is influencing the rest of the students at the Gurukula to be disciples or to be devotees of Lord Vishnu. Hearing this, Hiranyakashipu is very angry. So he calls Prahlada and talks to him. He tries to convince him that, listen, son, I am the only God here, and I am immortal, I am powerful, in fact, more powerful than any God that you pray to. There is no other God, and I am the only God that you should worship to. But when Prahlad disagrees, Hiranyakashipu pushes Prahlada and he falls down. But now that Hiranyakashipu knows that Prahlada is not going to budge, he knows that you can't convince Prahlada to pray to anybody except Vishnu, because he knows what is right and what the truth is. Therefore, it's not possible to convince Prahlada. So Hiranyakashipu orders his men, his soldiers, to kill Prahlada, however possible. The first thing that they do is they take Prahlada to a cave which is full of very venomous snakes. One bite, and any normal mortal person should die with just one bite of the snake, and it's very painful. They push Prahlada into that cave, lock the cave, they cover the cave's entrance with a rock, and they let Prahlada stay there. So they come the next day in the morning to just with the belief that Prahlada will be dead now and we'll just have to collect his body. But to their surprise, none of the snakes have harmed Prahlada, because Prahlada all the while he had his hands joined like this and he kept chanting Vishnu's name. He just said Sri Hari, Sri Hari. And somehow it just felt like magic. None of these snakes, these very venomous snakes, these very ferocious snakes which always attack anyone that's at their side, somehow did not even go close to Prahlada, did not even try to scare him, even by hissing. Biting is still a very far away thing. They weren't even trying to scare this child away. So then they think that this is not working. Let's take Prahlada and get him crushed under an elephant's foot. So they in the olden times, they had such elephants who would crush people who did any wrongdoing or committed a crime. This was the punishment given sometimes. So they decided to have Prahlada crushed under the elephant's foot. But somehow this elephant who almost did this every day, multiple times, it crushed different people, somehow did not even go close to Prahlada. It just refused to touch Prahlada with its foot. It rather bowed down to Prahlada, and Prahlada did not bother about anything. He did not react to anything. He just kept chanting Sri Hari's name. He just kept saying Sri Hari, Sri Hari, and Sri Hari. And the elephant did not come closer to Prahlada. Then they tried the next method. They decided that, see, these animals aren't working. Let us just push Prahlada down a cliff. So they climbed a mountain, they got Prahlada with them, and they pushed Prahlada from the hill. And Prahlada fell down, but as he was falling, there was no sign of fear, anxiety, or any kind of stress or sadness. He had a smile on his face. He had his hands joined and he kept chanting Sri Hari's name. He just did not care about life, death. He did not care about any of this. He did not care about being injured. All he cared about, it seems, that he only cared about Sri Hari. He only cared about his devotion to him, and nothing else seemed to matter. And when Hiranyakashipu's men went to the bottom of the hill, they climbed down and looked for Prahlad. They found Prahlad happily sitting down at the foot of the hill, still continuing to chant Sri Hari's name. They were really fed up. Finally, they decided, let us just kill this boy ourselves. They bought some weapons. They bought some swords. They bought some of these weapons that you can see in the picture. They bought all of them and they tried harming Prahlada. They tried to injure Prahlada. But somehow these weapons just did not even pass through Prahlada. They did not even touch him or go close to him. Somehow they did not have the power to push the weapon closer to Prahlada. They all were proved to be very powerless and they couldn't even touch Prahlada with those weapons. And Prahlada there, any young child of his age would have been scared looking at all of these, the snakes, the elephants, these very scary looking people with all these very complex weaponry, all to harm this very young, small boy who's not harming anyone. How scared a child of his age must have been. But Prahlada did not care about any of it. He just had his eyes closed, a smile on his face, and kept chanting Sri Hari's name. And all of them failed to forget about killing Prahlada, but even harming him. Or there wasn't a single scratch on Prahlada's body. When they went to Hiranyakashipu and narrated all of this, Hiranyakashipu was very angry. He said, all of you are really useless. You couldn't even kill a young boy. And he's not even fighting back. You couldn't do such a simple thing. This time Hiranyakashipu couldn't trust anyone else. He called his sister, who is Holika. She had a boon or a power wherein there's this cloth. When she had that wrapped around her, and fire wouldn't burn her or cause any harm. So Hiranyakashipu and Holika come up with this plan to have Prahlada sit on Holika's lap and sit on fire. That way, Holika will be protected because of the cloth, and Prahlada will be burnt by fire. This is what they expected. But however, you can see that Prahlada is bravely sitting on Holika's lap and he's still chanting Sri Hari's name. And when he does this, something magical happens. People there see that the cloth which was wrapped around Holika, it unwraps itself, it flies, and it settles on Prahlada's body. It covers Prahlada. That way, the fire, it burns Holika and Prahlada is saved. Now Hiranyakashipu is really very angry. He calls Prahlada. He asks Prahlada, now you just don't seem to trust me anymore. You don't seem to trust your teachers. You don't seem to trust me. You're not ready to accept that I am the God. Tell me, where is your God? As you can see, I am here, not your Sri Hari. Where is your Sri Hari? Just prove it to me that you can look at him or he's somewhere. You tell me where he is, and then I shall believe it. Let us see who is more powerful, whether it's your Sri Hari or me. And then I hope you will believe that I am the only God and I am the most powerful one. So he asks Prahlada, so where is your Sri Hari? So Prahlada says, there is no place on earth where you won't find Sri Hari. Sri Hari is everywhere. You'll find Vishnu everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu asks Prahlada, look at this pillar. Is he inside this pillar? Then Prahlada says, yes, he is in this pillar as well. And then Hiranyakashipu takes his mace and hits really hard on the pillar. He hits multiple times and the pillar breaks into two parts. And Lord Vishnu comes out of the pillar. But as you can see, this is an avatar of Vishnu who is half human and half lion. He has a face of a lion and a body of a human. He comes out of the pillar and he's all very scary. But even looking at him, Prahlada is not really scared, because Hiranyakashipu, at least for a second, he was a little intimidated. He was scared, looking at how tall Vishnu was, and looking at his really fierce form. Lord Vishnu was very angry and very fierce, but Prahlada wasn't scared. It was as if a child was looking at his father. That was the feeling that Prahlada had. He had a lot of devotion, he had a lot of bhakti. Then he kept chanting Sri Hari's name. And does anyone know what the name of this avatar of Vishnu is? Yes, Sohan.
It might be. My mother told this. It's the half Simha, half lion, half Vishnu.
You know the name? Let's ask Grihit.
So the name of this avatar is Narasimha.
Very good, Grihit. Very nice. So, like both Grihit and Sohan said, it's Narasimha, which is like Sohan said, Nara is man or human, and Simha is lion. So, Narasimha. That's how Vishnu has this name. And now Narasimha and Hiranyakashipu get into a very fierce battle that goes on for a very long time. And as we all know, none is as powerful or as strong as Vishnu. So it is quite obvious that Hiranyakashipu was defeated. And he was killed by the very fierce form of Lord Vishnu, which is of Narasimha. But what happened to this boon? That I shall not meet death by any man or animal, not during the day, not at night, not indoors, not outdoors, nor any weapon. Who would like to explain how this boon worked out here? Rohan, would you like to explain?
Yeah, so Narasimha, what he did was he took Hiranyakashipu and he he placed him on his lap and went near the door, and he was in that place in which the steps don't start, like the steps were starting, and then it was evening time, and then he killed him. So all the conditions didn't fulfill.
Did fulfill. Yeah, very good, Rohan. Yes, Jia. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, basically, Hiranyakashipu told that he didn't want it day or night, in or out or not with any weapon. But he didn't tell that he wanted to do between the door or in the evening.
Very nice. Very nice, Jia.
I've
Yeah,
also seen this video in YouTube.
right. So, like both of them explained, you see that Narasimha is neither a man nor an animal. He is half. I'll come back to you, Anya. Just a second. So he was half man and half lion, and he was not killed. He was killed during twilight, which is not day, not night. He was not killed inside the house or outside the house, and also no weapons were used by Narasimha. He used his claws, which is something I want you to remember. But what happens next in the story is once Hiranyakashipu is killed, Prahalada helps calming down Narasimha. He helps Narasimha calm down. He brings back Narasimha to a more calm form. And Narasimha then blessed Prahalada, and Prahalada was then he became the king of that place that Hiranyakashipu earlier ruled, and Prahalada proved to be a very kind and humble and a king with a very big heart who always helped people. He always cared for everyone in his kingdom. That was the story of Prahalada and Lord Narasimha. With that, I request all of you to chant this shloka with me, which is the Narasimha Gayatri mantra. I will chant and please repeat after me. I request all of you to join your hands, close your eyes, keep your back straight, and chant after me. Om Narasimhaya vidmahe
Narasimhaya vidmahe
Vajranakhaya dhimahe
Vajranakhaya dhimahe
Tanno Narasimhaya prachodayat.
Tanno Narasimhaya prachodayat.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vijayji. Now let us look at the meaning of the shloka. We meditate on the one with diamond-like nails. We meditate on the one with sharp teeth. May he, Lord Narasimha, inspire us all. So this is like a description of Narasimha, and the most important part of the shloka where they say, let Lord Narasimha inspire us as we meditate on him. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Manyaji.
Thank you, Vijayji.
So, does Jia and Rohan have any questions? Can you, okay, your hands are raised, that's why I'm asking. All right. Okay, so now that you've heard the story, there is a big secret in this story. Okay, so now who wants to know the secret of this story? There are many secrets. Okay, all of you want to know the secret. Okay, very nice, very nice. Wonderful. Good. So you can lower your hands. So today, among many things, I will help us to look at the three secrets which are there in the names of the three important characters in the story. So the three important characters that you saw in the story, one is, of course, Hiranyakashipu. Two is, of course, Lord Narasimha. Three is, of course, Prahlada. Right? These three characters you saw. Does anybody know what is the meaning of the word Hiranyakashipu? Does anyone know? What does Hiranyakashipu mean? Yes, Grihit?
So Hiranya means diamond.
Okay, that's your understanding. Hiranyakashipu means?
Guruji, I don't know Kasyapu, but I know only Hiranya.
Hiranya. Okay, all right. Okay. So, in our stories, yes, Snigdha, you have some answer?
G means golden belt.
Golden belt. Okay, we have
Not
diamond.
belt, belt.
Golden belt. You looked up. Okay. So, all right. So, in our stories, our great masters have embedded lot of truth. So, the story itself is in a way to help us realize the truth. So, first let us understand what does Hiranyakashipu means. The word Hiranya means wealth or gold. So, Kashipu means the one who is holding it, who is collecting it, who is possessed by it, who wants more of it. So, in other words, one who is focused on material wealth, or someone who has lot of pride about me and mine. You know who I am? You know how great I am? Like how this Hiranyakashipu in the story. I am God. You have to pray only to me. You have to do puja only to me. Who is that Hari? Nobody can see that Hari. But me, everybody can see. I am great. So like that.
Like the Raja state.
Correct. Yeah. So can you kindly hold on, Anya? At the end, you can answer. Yeah, you can share your points. So like that, one who has lot of pride. Okay. Or what is the source of this pride? Someone who thinks he or she is only this body and the mind. So such a person is a Hiranyakashipu because he's possessed by only wealth, possessed by outside what he can touch and feel, possessed by the feeling that I'm only this body and mind. Is a Hiranyakashipu. Then, what does Narasimha mean? Somebody already mentioned. Nara means man, Simha means lion. But what is the truth that the great masters have embedded in that Narasimha?
Guruji,
Yeah.
it
Anyaji, can you wait till I complete and then I'll ask?
Guruji.
Thank you. So, Narasimha means the one who has pure devotion. So, the one who has pure devotion. So, the devotion in you, the pure devotion in you is Narasimha. When you have no doubts, like how that Prahlada was, when you have no doubts about the divine power within you and the divine power that is in everyone, when you have no questions, when you have pure faith, and when you truly offer yourself, when you truly do namaskarams in pure bhakti, then that feeling within you, that energy within you, that is Narasimha. So the one who has pure devotion, when you develop such pure devotion, then Narasimha is taking birth within you. And when Narasimha takes birth within you, when pure devotion takes birth within you, who is there? Is Prahlada. Prahlada means pure bliss, pure ananda, pure joy. That's why that pure joy, nobody could hurt it. The pure joy within you cannot be hurt at all. The various kinds of disturbing thoughts and emotions come within you are like Hiranyakashipu. And when you have the pure devotion towards the Lord, and when you offer all the disturbances to the Lord, then what remains is Prahlada, pure joy. And that pure joy can never be hurt. And that is what you saw in the story. Not the snakes, not the elephant. Even when he was thrown away from the cliff, none of the weapons, nothing can hurt you. You are the very source of that pure joy. Prahlada. So, by removing the disturbing thoughts, by having pure devotion, what does pure devotion mean in your and my day-to-day activities? It means pure service. When you and I do whatever you and I are doing as an offering to the Lord in everyone, to the divine, to the Krishna, to the Lord in everyone, that becomes a pure service. When you and I are doing anything in that attitude, with that pure devotion, then what remains within you and me is pure joy, Prahlada. So, Hiranyakashipu is all the negative thoughts. I want more. He is bad. She is lying. I am only good. All these are like Hiranyakashipu. And when I offer all such to the Lord, and when I do whatever I am doing, if I'm writing, if my teacher has asked me to write something, I write with a feeling of, oh, when I learn all this, it will help me to serve many others. And I will be really able to help others. So some of you may be now going from one grade to another grade. And when you look at your syllabus, you may feel, oh, do I have to learn so much? But instead of worrying about, oh, I have to learn so much, you feel that you are being given an opportunity to learn so that you can help many others when you get an opportunity later. So with that pure feeling of, oh, I am learning to help others, that becomes a pure service. Or you may get small opportunities in your day-to-day life. Amma may ask, can you get me some water? Or can you clean this? So that becomes an opportunity for service. Or in your school, your friend may ask, hey, I didn't understand this. The teacher spoke so much, but I didn't understand. Can you help me? If you've learned, if you've understood, help him or her. So all these are little opportunities. In your school, you may have a dustbin, but many people may throw things here and there. And whenever you get an opportunity, encourage your friends. Let's collect and throw it in a dustbin. Like that, you can do pure service in and around you. Then what remains within you is Prahlada, pure joy. And this is what Sri Krishna is teaching you and me. When you and me serve with pure devotion, then what remains is Brahman. Brahman means pure joy. Someone who has no worries at all. One who feels complete. When you're happy, you don't have any kind of a problem, right? You don't feel, oh, I want that, I want this. When you're happy, you're just happy. So like that, Brahman, level of Brahman, pure joy within you, Prahlada. Okay. So does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question on what you've heard so far? Sohanji, do you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please tell me. What is your question?
My question is, how is this related?
Okay, as we start listening to others, let us see how it is related. If you're still unsure, I will explain at the very end. Okay? Snigdha ji, what is your question?
Ji, what does both the pictures mean?
This picture is where Rama is embracing Hanuman. So just like how you saw Lord Narasimha is embracing Prahlada, here Lord Rama is embracing Hanuman. Hanuman is a representation of the pure devotion. Rama is your true inner eternal nature, your Atman, pure joy. So you get established in your pure nature, is what this picture is indicating. In other words, the bottom picture is showing, see, water takes the form of whichever vessel you pour it in. In this, it looks like a bottle. In this, it looks like a beaker. In this, it looks like a jar. In this, it looks like a big mug. So, what you put your mind on, that becomes your very nature. So, pure devotion. Put your mind, put your emotions on the Lord, on the divine qualities, and bring them out in the service of others. Then you will get established in the pure nature of yourself, is what these two pictures indicate. Is that clear?
Yeah, Ji, but what does Hanuman mean again?
Hanuman is a representation of the pure devotion, like how Prahlada was purely devoted, completely devoted, unalloyed, no questions, he had no doubt. When they said, I'm going to kill you, he was not afraid at all. They said, I'm going to kill you if you, but I will spare you if you stop chanting the name of Hari. He said, no, Hari is the truth. I will be always chanting Hari's name. So that is the pure devotion. Like that, here Hanuman is the pure devotion. His life was in service of Rama. Is
Okay,
this
Ji,
clear?
thank you, Ji. Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right. So with that, let me end my explanation. Now, I would love to listen to each one of you.
Sir, I wanted to add something which to Snehida.
Okay.
And Hanuman is the son of
Anga.
the wind god, who is also the twin. He has a younger brother. He is
Bhima.
Bhim.
Correct. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Sohan. All right. So now, all of you who want to share, please raise your hand one by one. Let me listen to you and let's see if Sohan's question is answered by all your explanation. Who wants to begin first? Okay, let's ask Sohan. What did you understand today, Sohan?
So, apart from the doubt, I had understood that devotee should be always there. Like Hiranyakashipu said, I want to be immortal, but he owes parted Brahma. So that is an evilness which you should not follow.
Correct.
And because Narayana was saying this to Hiranyakashipu's wife, while staying in the womb, he learned everything about our Vishnu. This also happened with in the Mahabharata story,
while they were in the exile, the Pandavas, a sage, when Arjuna went to the Himalayas to fetch the weapons for the war, so then a sage came and they were taking a tour. Then he asked about the Pandavas asked, except Arjuna, asked a doubt to the Rishi. So, uh,
Okay.
there was a
Sohanji, sorry for interrupting you. This story, can you narrate completely in the next session?
okay, sir.
Yeah. Is there anything more that you want to share?
Always follow the devotee, do not follow the evilness, like Hiranyakashipu.
Wonderful. Yeah. We should always cultivate the divine qualities, bring out the divine qualities. Very good. Thank you, Sohanji. Yes, Snigdha
Ji, so what I understood from the story and the shloka is that from the story I understood that Hiranyakashipu was basically resembling ego and pride and yeah and lots of anger. Like he was never in a calm state of mind. He always was like, I want, and he was like a very jealous kind of person. And he had lots of like desire, like only I want this, and he was full of pride because he used to be like, everyone should be devoted to me and no one should be devoted to anything. I'm more powerful than everything. So he was like, the quality he was showing was rajas, and Prahlada, who was his son, was actually like the complete opposite of him. He was very calm, and even though Hiranyakashipu threatened to kill him, he still was not afraid of him. And he was like, as long as Vishnu is by my side, I am safe. So he was very calm, and he didn't really fight or argue with Hiranyakashipu about Vishnu. Instead, he was like, okay, fine, try to kill me. So he represents the qualities Sattvic. So Sattvic and Rajas are both completely opposite qualities. So they both represent those qualities. And I also understood about Narasimha and Prahlad, and also Hanuman and Rama. They both represent pure devotion and pure joy and happiness. And also, I remember that last year during Holi, I narrated the same story, like for Holika Dahan.
Very nice.
So I remember the story a bit well, but I didn't know the starting part or the ending part. I knew like the mid part. It was yeah. And also I understood that like water, we are also like water. So whatever we like how water takes a shape of different objects like that, whatever we I kind of forgot that part.
What you put your mind on, that's what you start becoming. What continuously
Yeah.
stays in your mind is what you become. That is the nature
Yeah.
that you develop.
My teacher was actually explaining that today in our school. Like she was telling that like if for example now you are like a completely innocent person, and it actually happened in like the Roman Empire. So there was like this one person, he like liked Jesus Christ, and he was like okay with Jesus Christ. But then when Jesus Christ was spreading his his teachings to everyone, one of the persons who was opposing Jesus went to that person. His name is Pontius Pilate. Yeah. So they went to Pontius Pilate, and he told him that Jesus is not a good person because in the end, after he spreads everything to everyone, he himself is going to take the throne as emperor. So because of this, that person kept saying that to him, and then eventually he became really angry and jealous, and because of him like he used to keep telling him. So even he used to believe that, like because of him telling it again and again, because when somebody tells us about something again and again, we tend to believe it. So that's what, so he believed it, and he just hired some soldiers to execute him or to like kill him. So it's kind of like the example you're giving here.
Correct. Correct.
Guruji,
Thank you very much. Yes, Anyaji, just wait.
Guruji, could you tell me what to explain? Because I wasn't even there in the class when the power cut happened just now, and there was
Okay,
a.
no problem, Anyaji. You can listen to the video and later you can share. Okay?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. Grihit? Are you there, Grihit?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah.
So I understood that. So Hiranyakashipu was like, I am the only main god. So he had that pride. So that's why his son taught him and like he kept on telling.
How to bring out the pure devotion and
Yes,
how pure devotion helps you.
yes, Guruji. And he told that I'll kill you. And he told, okay, fine, do it. So he was not bothering. So he was just okay. And he was kept on chanting Hari's name.
Very nice. Anything else, Grihitji?
No, Guruji.
Very nice. Thank you. Yes, Akshat sir. What did you realize today?
Hariom ji, I understood that whenever we get the chance to help others or we get a chance to teach them or do something which is like a service, we should do it.
Very nice. Anything more, Ji?
And from the story, I understood that about Prahalada's Guna.
Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you very much, Akshat sir. Rohanji.
Yes, sir. I understood that you need to be devoted to Krishna like Prahalada, and you should believe in him. Like Prahalada didn't lose hope. He always thought that Krishna will once or Vishnu will come and help him. He believed in Vishnu. So yeah.
Very nice. So like that, have faith. Have faith in the existence. Have the faith in the divine. Have the faith in yourself. Very nice. And the word for faith is actually like, you know, the word for faith in yourself is called Atmavishwas. You've heard, no? Atmavishwasa. Have Atmavishwasa. Okay? So, like that, develop the Atmavishwasa. Have faith. Yes, Akshat ji, you want to add something more?
Ji, I had a question, Ji.
Yes, ji, please.
Like, what is the difference between devotion and full pure devotion?
Devotion. So, for example, when there is devotion is always, okay, there is something higher than me, and I submit to it. But most people, you know, how they use that higher power. When they are in trouble, then only they remember. So, for example, I wouldn't have studied till the last day of the exam. I go and sit in the exam. Then I remember, oh, you have not studied. Then I say, Krishna, please help me. That is meaningless devotion. So pure devotion means all the time when I'm doing whatever I'm doing, having the divine in my mind. And when I do anything with others, I have the feeling that I'm serving the divine. That is pure devotion. So pure devotion is, it is not only in some times that I remember, all the time, in all the activities. Clear, Ji?
Yes, Ji.
Very nice. Thank you. Yes, Raghavi Ji.
Sanjay ji, what I observed from the story was that Hiranyakashipu was filled with tamoguna.
he just displayed a lot of pride. He only thought about himself. He only cared about himself, and he didn't even think about others. On the other hand, Prahlada, his son, he was just pure bliss. He had pure devotion towards God. He was like Brahman. Even so, the shloka basically tells that when when we have pure devotion towards God, we transcend all three material natures of Tamo, Rajo, and Sattva Guna and come to level of Brahman.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Raghaviji. Snigdha ji, you have something more to add?
Yeah, Ji. One more good quality of Prahlada was that he was very observant. Like whatever used to happen, he used to observe it and he used to share. And if it's like a good knowledge or like a wisdom, he used to go and tell it to other people. So like to share the wisdom with other people. He didn't really expect anything. He was also really selfless, and he didn't really expect anything. He didn't expect them to give him a chocolate, or he didn't expect them to share the same kind of wisdom to him. He just wanted to tell it because everyone should know that. And in his womb itself, he heard what Narada was saying. And yeah, so one very good quality he has is being very observant and being very selfless, no matter what the situation is.
Excellent. Very nice. Correct observation. Sanvi-ji, do you want to share?
Yes, Ji. I understood from the story that even if uh, you should always think about God in everything. You should never be like you should not think of God only when you are in some difficulty. You should always keep him in your mind whenever you're doing something, and you should show him. You should always think that I'm doing service to him whenever you're doing something, and you should never be. You should never listen to others who change their opinion about what you think. You should always believe in yourself and trust in God.
Correct. But sometimes, Sanvi-ji, when people say, oh, I believe in myself, they become adamant in their thinking. So it is not that kind of a believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Atma Vishwasa means that whether there is any difficulty, even in the case of difficulty, I have the power to overcome it. How? By understanding the situation, by learning about something. So when it comes to learning, I need to always examine whether what I know, is it complete, correct? Is it yielding the right result? When I apply it, is it creating right situation, right outcome? So like that, one still has to be experimentative. So one should believe in oneself. Doesn't mean that one becomes adamant, but has the complete confidence that whatever may be the situation, I will be able to address it. I'll be able to overcome it.
Okay, Ji.
Anything more you want to add, Ji?
No, Ji.
Thank you very much, Sanvi Ji. Snigdha Ji, you have one more point to add.
Yeah, so Ji, as I said that Prahlad was very observant, he basically tells that we should learn from our experiences. Because if you don't learn from your experiences, then in the future, it won't be a greater use for you. So
Correct.
being
Wonderful.
observant is a very important thing in life.
Mm.
And if you're not observant, then you will not know many things, or you'll only be like the most clueless one. Like if somebody's explaining something, you'll be like, what? What happened? Oh, okay. Like you'll be very clueless. You don't know what they're talking about. So if you be more observant and observe more and listen more, then you get to know a lot of things. And you should learn from your experiences because it's gonna be very useful in the future.
Excellent. Excellent. Correct. Yes, Akshat Ji, you also have one more point.
Ji, I got a point, Ji. What we think, that only happens.
Correct, Ji. Your thinking is very, very powerful. So that's why you should always think the most valuable and most joyful things that you can give to others. Very nice. Thank you, Akshat Ji. Manyaji, is there something that you would like to add, Ji?
Yes, Vijayji. So I understood from the story and the explanation that Prahalada had unwavering devotion and faith in Lord Vishnu. He always, once he'd realized the truth, he made sure to not just know it somewhere, but like you say, there's truth, realize, and use. He actually applied it and he started living by it. He established himself in that truth, and he also tried to inspire others to realize their true nature, to see within themselves, to look inside and realize the truth. And the other thing that I realized from this shloka is that here the shloka tells us that you become the object of your meditation. So what you constantly keep thinking about, you become that. So here Prahalada kept thinking about Lord Vishnu. He kept thinking about the truth, that is that I am God, I am one with God, and I am not this body, this mind. And I think that realization is what helped him not react to all that Hiranyakashipu was doing. He did not react to the snake, nor the elephant, nor all the demons with the weaponry. I think that happens only because he had realized that he's not this body and mind, and he kept meditating. He kept thinking about Krishna. He kept chanting his name, and that is the reason he was able to further become established in that truth. And also the shloka that we chanted towards the end of the story, which is the Narasimha Gayatri mantra. In the end, or the last line, we pray to Narasimha that we meditate upon you. So again, through that shloka, or we are like Prahalada, we are trying to meditate on Narasimha, we are trying to realize and get established in that truth.
Wonderful. Very nice. Anything more you would like to add, Manyaji?
No, Vijayji, that is it.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Amma.
Thank you.
Thank you wonderfully, insightfully. Each one of you spoke. Thank you very much. Hari Om.